All right. A warm welcome to my next speaker on the 40 over 40 Summit. Very excited to have Morrighan Lynne here with us. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Morrighan Lynne is a somatic soul mentor, trauma-informed coach, and the creator of her Sovereign Way. With over 2 decades of guiding empaths, intuitives, and soul deep feelers, she helps women return to their bodies, yum, reclaim their voices, and root into their personal power. Known for her blending intuition, embodiment, and spiritual wisdom, Morrighan is also the author of The Spirited Human and the creator of the Sovereign Path Oracle deck. Welcome,
Yay.
Morgan.
Thank you, honey. Thanks for having me.
I just like love reading the bios too and just like being like, yay, celebrating all of this magic that you are and that you're bringing to the world. So,
Yeah, it's so
yay.
wonderful hearing all the bios, just how much magic is being put into the world. Super
Mhm.
honored to be a part of that. Yeah,
Right? I just
yeah.
love these events and like the ripples that we create and like everyone, oh, and then the juiciness of everyone coming together. It's
Mm.
like, yay, makes it
Mm.
all worthwhile. It's like I feel like sometimes before these events, I was saying on a social live this morning, like, oh, sometimes it feels like I'm birthing a baby when I'm doing these things. Like, come on, kids, get over this. And then when the baby comes and we're doing it, it's like, oh my God, it's so
And it's all bliss, and you're like, that was worth
Exactly.
it. Good.
So, okay, enough about that. The power of belonging to self first. I always like to ask. So, tell us a little bit about that. Why this topic? Tell us, tell us.
Yeah. So, it's so in all transparency, it's still a very a live conversation for me because this topic was born from my own desire to deconstruct my inner people pleaser. I've been on that journey for about 4 years now, of just really focusing on it very gently, but attuning my awareness towards I want to work that out of my system. I don't want the
Mhm.
people pleaser being in charge of my decisions anymore. So that's been kind of an ongoing process. I have found that it's multi-layered. And I feel like when I'm getting down to the bottom of the barrel of the conversation, so to speak, and what I found in there was a very specific type of grief that I wasn't expecting.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So again, it's like I'm bringing it today. I'm in it.
Yes,
I'm
please.
so in it.
Let's go.
Yeah, the grief is the recognition that I don't think I've ever lived a single day of my life for myself.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So what that translates to be is, of course, we're all navigating this world to survive, to be accepted, to have love, to have all of these like connections with people. For people pleasers, that means self-abandonment is probably the very first way we do that. We abandon self to appease those that are around us so that they accept us. So the math is there. That's every day of our lives. That's
Mm.
every day of our lives. And so no decision has ever been truly mine, even when, and so I questioned that with my own like guidance, like that can't be true. That can't be, please tell me that's not true. Even in times when I'm doing something that looks like it's for myself, I'm being selfish, maybe even rebelling against that people pleaser, like, oh, I'm doing this, this is mine. I may do the thing, but now I'm going to spend days, weeks, months, even years obsessing over whether or not I should have done that thing.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Obsessing, how did they take that? Was that too much? Are they okay with me? Oh my God, that wasn't okay. It's never truly about the self first. It's always about, is everyone else okay with
Mm.
how I'm doing this?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
that really lands, or even if we do just take that day or that moment or then it's like, is everybody okay while they're
Yeah.
there? Or,
Yeah.
geez, like, I don't know, whatever it is. Like, should I have taken that trip? Well, like, somebody else deserves to go on the trip too, but I'm going to take the trip. Or,
Right.
there's
There's lots of
some
ways
level
we
of that
degrade
spin.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a lot of ways we degrade. We're degrading our own value in those moments. Like, as someone else should have done that, or oh gosh, I was way too much. I should be less next time.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
oh, I took a day off and I was so lazy. I need to work extra hard tomorrow to make up for it, to prove that I'm so valuable. There are so many ways we degrade our value as humans in general, but yeah, for me in this people pleaser conversation, it's it's insidious to just kind of sit and think about all the rabbit holes of where we go into when we question that value, that it is now it's my prime directive to reclaim the self, to come back to self first, to know that everyone is going to be okay, to disengage that trauma program, that it's my job to make sure everyone else around me is okay before I do the thing that I want to do.
Well,
That's
and thank you for speaking this, right?
yeah,
Because I think this is really speaking it, even just the act of doing that is, I feel like, combating some of
yeah,
this, right?
yeah,
Because it's like, okay, like this is what's going on with me. This is challenging. And speaking it out loud and sharing it gives it a level of, and it matters,
yeah. I
right?
call it that I'm calling myself out so
Mm-hmm.
that I have witness, so
Mm-hmm.
that I can't gaslight myself later into thinking, oh, nobody knows I'm doing this. It doesn't matter. I don't have to keep doing it. It's almost an agreement that I've made with myself. Like, I'm going to speak about it on the level of, I think it isn't spoken about enough. I feel like people need permission to begin to question that for themselves. And, oh, I've had those thoughts. Oh, I'm not the only one. So there's a lot of really beautiful validation right there. But my relationship with my own process is I'm going to out myself and I'm going to just call it. I'm going to talk about all and I'm getting it. I'm learning. I'm getting that nutritional value out of this. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And I feel I want to also just exclamation point something you said too about where I'm at right now and really realizing the value of, again, that just gives me, and I think others, this sense of value is just going to be able to express, and whatever it is, like some of this, like you're talking about grief
Yeah.
or shame, around this, and allowing that to be witnessed,
Yes.
right? Allowing that to be held, allowing it to just be seen, right? This whole piece around, I don't even need someone to help fix, or it's just, can you bear witness
Yeah.
to that which is going on inside me? Because it gives for me, a level of, it matters.
Yeah.
I matter. Please just see
Mhm.
me, see what I think we're conditioned to be, like you're talking about, good girl, pleaser, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but please just see the mess and just see me.
Yeah. There's a lot of freedom in that. I 100% agree. I feel like there is something very sacred in simply being the witness, right? The space holder, the I can hold this with you. I don't need to carry it. I don't need to answer it for you. You've got this. I trust that you've got this, and I'm here with you. That is that level of community that we don't collectively have access to across the board because we're all so like in general also busy trying to be the mask, be the perfection. No, 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 I've got it all figured out, right? Vulnerability is scary. People don't like being vulnerable. there's so much healing in being able to just speak to the wound that you're holding and then have others say, I see that wound for you and I've got you, but you've got this. I actually feel like that's where people begin to shift. That's where the healing begins anyway, is just in that very rich, gentle moment of being witnessed. I
Yeah.
love that moment. Yeah.
Yes. I've been, following you now since we are in each other's
And
vortex here. And
yeah.
I'm seeing that you're creating, and the fact that, you're a somatic soul mentor. Um, yeah, I'm entering down this journey too. I think there's so much answers and so much richness in
Mm,
going into the feeling of this,
yeah.
right? Like we can externalize it. Oh, I'm doing this and I'm showing up and I'm doing, but what does it feel like? And allowing people to witness and see that and no, not everywhere all the time. That probably
No,
wouldn't be safe.
no,
Right. But I
no.
think that, and maybe you can share a little bit about that because I was listening to something you were sharing, I don't know, a week or two ago, and I was like, wow, that sounds really juicy. So I'd like others to know about it. But that I think you're creating a community like this, are you not?
Yeah, that's what her sovereign way is.
Mm.
So a lot of spiritual groups, women's groups, kind of those communal spaces. I haven't found one. I mean this with all respect, but I haven't found one that goes deep enough for me,
Yes.
right? The toxic positivity and the oversimplified kind of spirituality of it that is not rich enough for me. So
Hmm.
I wanted more, so I decided to create something. And so her sovereign way is that community. It's women dropping the masks, letting the pretense go. I don't have all the answers. I even get to show up in that space. Like I'm the
Yes.
facilitator and the creator. But
Hmm.
these women, oh, it'll make me cry right now, have held me in some of the most tenderest moments of my life and didn't ask anything in return. Like we're really learning how to hold the richness of the full spectrum experience with women without putting anyone on a pedestal. Like there's a lot of games that we
Yeah.
play that we've been taught to play, right? In all
Mhm.
fairness, we're deconstructing that. And I think on the simplest level, we're learning safe co-regulation with each other because I don't see women having that together. We don't
Mhm.
co-regulate together. We're almost always kind of in the wild in competition with each other. Kind of this
Mhm.
weird idea that that's what we're supposed to be, and that's not what we're supposed to be. We're
Yeah.
we're communal, we're sacred women. And so her sovereign way is that space for me.
Yeah, I really got that when I was listening to you share,
Mm,
and that's why I wanted you to talk about it here because I'm feeling you. I'm totally picking up what you're putting down because I love that you said like you show up in there that way. I've been having this discussion with someone else in my community too, and we're really talking about and again, it's not putting down, we're all putting stuff out into the world, and I commend anybody who's putting stuff out and wanting to support and help, like kudos,
yeah,
right?
right.
But it feels for me at this point in time too, and I think where many of us are at, it's like you even as a facilitator you can't be the almighty guru with the answer. Like how could you have the answers for me because
Much.
they're within me?
Yeah.
And and even as someone who's hosting or creating a space, um how can you create that level of trust and connection and everything if you've kind of separated yourself as, the guru, the facilitator, the like I would hope, and I'm feeling that from you, that it's like we're in it together. We're
Yeah.
just co-creating this together. I
Yes.
may be the person who's like facilitating, here's the room, and yes, you have knowledge, of course you do, as I read your bio. but we're all going within and figuring it out
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the intention is that I see it as every woman has connection with her own innate wisdom.
Hmm.
Who am I to say what is right for you? I
Hmm.
simply want to be the space for you to feel safe enough to remember that.
Yeah.
So it's not a class directional, like we do work in there. We do some shadow work, we do transformational work, and we have a lot of fun as well. But it's every woman is in her, like we're all on our own paths, but we're walking parallel. So we're in it together, but
Hmm.
every woman gets to decide what is in alignment for herself, and we witness that and support that. And so it's working really well. I'm constantly inspired by it. Like it really makes me emotional. I'm holding myself together. I love that space so much, so much. It's working.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, and kudos to you for having the vision
Yeah.
to say, and again, that's your own authentic and unique expression. You know, in your inner knowing is saying, no, it's something different. It's
Yeah.
something different than toxic or how I view as toxic positivity.
Yeah.
It's something different. And let's play and see where it goes. And that's where magical spaces are created because you're being in your authentic, like, no, it's something different. So way to
Yeah.
go. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for letting me talk about it. I really do love it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I felt I really felt it when you were
Yeah.
talking about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds like something that I feel like is needed and people, and again, if it aligns, they show up, and if they don't, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Um, so sorry, I took us a little bit off the, the path
Perfectly, perfectly detoured.
of the the power of belonging to self first
Yeah.
and people pleasing. You know, one thing that was coming up for me as you were talking though is also this piece around that people pleasing, like for me, I see it as in there is also a very, very powerful strength. And I just want your thoughts around, like sometimes we can get into this whole like I'm a people pleaser and feeling heavy about that and wanting to rid ourselves of that and wanting
Yeah.
to fix that. But I also see and know from different work that I do that people pleasers, like they have a strength in empathy. They have lots of different strengths in that. So just curious about your thoughts around that.
Yeah. I'm giggling a little because that's how I held it at first. Like, oh, I'm gonna cut this out of me and I'm gonna fix it. It's not going away because I really do believe that nothing is inherently good, bad, right, or wrong about us. Like people pleasing in itself is not bad or broken or wrong. It definitely can have a shadow aspect where you're being that in a harmful way towards yourself and maybe even to other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my work, I tend to focus on not what's right or wrong, but what's not working. So the component of the people pleaser gets to be healed in the value, come back to self, embodiment, all of the beautiful techniques that we can maneuver that to move it into a virtue state where it's now your superpower as opposed to it being more of that curse energy that it feels like I
Hmm.
like you were talking with one of the other guests a moment ago, talking about how life is, I forget your words. I heard it in my own way, but I tell people you're either on the horse or you're being dragged by the horse. That's the two options. And so when you're in shadow, you don't have a lot of say. You're kind of at the mercy of your own pathology. And so we want to get you on the horse to where you are guiding it. And you're like, yeah, I'm a people pleaser. I know exactly how to show up in this moment. I can adapt and I can shift on purpose. That's the virtue. So it's not inherently a bad thing. We just want to get the components that are wounded back on the horse so that you're able to live that way on purpose.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how you said that. And it's what was coming up for me is that, is this serving, right?
Yes.
Like is it
Yeah.
serving or is it, depleting?
Yes.
Even when we reflect on self, because sometimes, yeah. Well, I was going to say, because sometimes, yeah, it's serving others when we're people pleasing. But there again, is it even?
That's tricky.
Right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes, again, like I was speaking with another speaker, it's like, well, sometimes, we're clearing up other people's shit, and
Yeah.
actually their shit is their fertilizer. So wait a minute, am I actually even serving?
Yeah, that's why I love shadow work. So my guides brought me three questions to ask to decide if you're in shadow or virtue.
Ooh,
First
nice.
question, yeah. Am I hurting them? So whoever the them is, if I'm a people pleaser, am I hurting them? You could be. You could
Hmm.
be rescuing them from their own life lessons, and that's harmful, right? Question two, are they hurting me? Absolutely. They could be taking advantage of that and draining the energy, whether they know it or not. And then the third question is, am I hurting myself? Yes. Almost always that shadow people pleaser, the people pleaser is the one getting harmed the most. So you ask those three questions, and if you can
What
say,
was two? Sorry, I missed two.
that's okay. Am
Yeah.
I hurting them? Are they hurting me? Am
Okay.
I hurting myself? And if you
Oh,
can ask, yeah, if you
those
can
are
answer yes,
great questions for people pleasers. Yeah.
you're in shadow. You're
Oh
in the
my
shadow
goodness.
form. Yep. So then it's an
Great question.
opportunity to kind of clean up the way you're being to get into the virtue where you can be a people pleaser and nobody's getting harmed.
Those are really, really great questions. And again,
Yeah.
just from that place of not to shame or get yourself into a
Yeah.
guilt trip or anything like that, but just for awareness
Yeah.
to be like, okay, wait a minute, I really feel compelled to do this and do that and help this person. Wait a minute, am I hurting them? Are they hurting me? Am I hurting myself? Great questions to
I
just
love
even
them.
reflect on. Good for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. And something was coming up as you were saying those questions too. I remember watching a Dr. Phil episode and he was talking to someone, I don't remember what the topic was, but it was something around, a mom doing all these things for her son. And she's like, well, I, I don't want him to go through, I don't want him to feel that. I don't. And so he said, so in other
Mhm.
words, this is about you in his Dr. Phil kind of, not
In his
gentle way,
way.
but it was like, so it's about you not wanting to feel the pain.
Yeah.
Like, right? So sometimes
Yeah.
it's that invitation because I think as people pleasing too, we can be like, I just want to make sure everybody else is okay. But it's great to have that awareness is like, oh, and I'm also wanting to avoid like feeling the pain of seeing someone else go through something. Like, I just want to fix that.
Right.
So I don't have to
Right.
feel that pain of even witnessing it or something. And okay, again, nothing bad, wrong, just like, oh, interesting.
Well, and it's important too to kind of consider how a people pleaser is actually formed. So, to put it in real context, children orient themselves to their caregivers for literal survival, right? We have to focus on the caregiver. If that caregiver is unsafe or unstable, maybe they're emotionally unstable, and maybe there's no obvious threat of harm, but it can be emotionally harming, whatever. The child is going to then start orienting themselves beyond the room, right? And so now we've learned how to be hypervigilant. We've learned to really watch that caregiver and we learn and we adapt. And it's essentially we're adapting to the point where, oh, whenever I'm this way, mommy's happy. Okay, that's safe. Got it. Always make mommy happy. Always make mom. So now the child is programming themselves. That's how the people pleaser is formed. And so it goes way beyond comfort. It is literally a survival technique that we are now orienting ourselves to the possible threats in the room and then anticipating their needs before the dynamite blows. Like we're taking care of them before it escalates into that space. And so comfort, yes, but underneath the comfort, the kind of the top layer of that is safety. because there's always a threat of danger to the people pleaser in their perception. So we're
Hmm.
always orienting to who do we need to take care of? Because if
Hmm.
I take care of them, basically, if you're happy, I'm safe.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
mitigating
credo.
regret. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, I mean, this may sound like a funny question, but I would love to just hear your response. Like,
Yeah.
why do we care? Like, why do we care? Why do we want to change people pleaser? Like, if someone was just thinking, well, yeah, I'm a people pleaser, but like, why do we care?
Oh, that's so, oh, honey, that is such a good question because, oh man, every cell in my body, I could feel the cellular memory of the fatigue, of the burnout, of the constant question if I'm good enough,
Yeah.
if I do more, I'll be better. I want to cry right now because like
Yeah.
there's cellular memory in there of y you'll die. Like
To be free
you won't manage the amount of energy it takes to make everyone
ever,
happy
ever,
ever. I went through burnout
ever.
about 3, 4 years ago, and I still have like, oh, because we have to
Yeah.
care.
Hmm.
Because you're worth caring about.
Yeah.
Period. The people pleaser is worth more than what they do. They just don't believe
Oh,
that. They don't believe that. They
you
need
you
to believe
deserve to
that.
be free.
Yeah.
You deserve to be is what I'm hearing
And
you
and
say.
you already, because it's a value game, right? It's if I
Yeah.
do more, excuse me, if I do more, then I will be valuable. We already live in a society that weaponizes that innate value constantly for everyone. You're not good enough, you're never going to be good enough. For the people pleaser, they get that they already are valuable,
Yes.
that's just your pathology. So to separate, that's just your trauma. It's not telling you the truth. You already are valuable, and you get to find ways to stop trying to prove that, and that you are worth that. End of
Yeah.
story.
Yes. You already are that, period.
Period.
Yeah. And there is as I asked that question to you, like, why do we care? Like that in itself, we can open up the door to, oh my goodness, I don't have to do anything, be anyone, fix anything to have just
Value.
innate value
Right.
in like like doesn't your body's out there like are you just kind of going oh
Yeah.
and put
And
down
then,
all these weights and cement and
yes.
bags and
Yes. And then there's the work that it takes to unravel and untendril your trauma from that behavior. Like that's part of the healing as like got it intellectually, I am already worthy. Got it. Check. But
yes, of course.
then down here is where all the trauma is telling you, no, 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 you're gonna da da da. So it's all the work that it takes to like unenmesh, uncouple from that behavior, from that trauma. And that's
Yeah.
where the work is. That's where I work with people on that level.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
and yes, our mind plays tricks on us and but it like you said intellectually, that's easy.
Yeah,
That's the easy part, but like
easy.
the whole thing of like what's the saying like to know and not to do or whatever not to be or is still not to know, right? So
Right.
it's like hey if I'm still and then here I am people pleasing again, I know this, right? But our body is all that trauma in our body is running the show and
Yeah,
creating challenge. So
yeah.
I love your
Hmm.
answer to that. Thank you.
Oh, that was such a good question. Tasty.
So, Morgan, I want to give an opportunity for you to share your gift. You have coming home to yourself meditation. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, that's you. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, so I believe wholly in all ways that embodiment is the answer. So this meditation is designed, if you use it in a consistent way, it starts to formulate that alignment within your embodiment. Essentially, it teaches your part of you that self-abandons to stay home. So it's more than a meditation, it's a training tool to keep you
Beautiful.
home, to keep you in. Yeah.
Love it. That's in the
Mm.
chat there. You can take advantage of that there. Click on that link. Make sure it's functioning. And while you're there, of course, take advantage. Um, VIP gift,
Yeah.
pardon me, the power of pause, anchor into your body's wisdom. Ew, already sounds juicy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I also recognize that these concepts called embodiment and self-abandonment are a little tricky when you start getting into the actual practice of it. And so that power of the pause is me guiding you into that journey. I firmly believe that's the answer for every single person on the planet. So I want to be able to guide you into that space and help you understand the innate wisdom that's in there. And sometimes that's a difficult journey on your own. So I want to be that space for you.
Mm,
Mm,
beautiful. So link for VIP upgrade, that's just $47 Canadian. It's going to get you all these recordings, this amazing gift from Morrighan, The Power of Pause, Anchoring to Your Body's Wisdom. And then, of course, 44 other incredible VIP gifts, and then your name in the draw to win $500 cash to spend with a speaker of your choice. Wouldn't you just love to be able to hand Morrighan for $500, not even out of your own pocket, and say, yes, girl. Yeah.
work me, work me. Oh, I'll work ya.
Morrighan, just personally, I want to say I love your energy. Thank you for showing up here and saying yes to the 40 over 40 summit. I feel you, and
Yeah,
I am just so thrilled to have you as a part of someone that I can lean on and tap into. So thank you.
yeah. Thank you, honey. Thanks for having me. I so appreciate you. Yeah.
You're welcome.